Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed.
Welcome, race fans, to Daytona International Speedway for the season opener in the IAA Xfinity Series. We've got 33 car field starting off tonight. Got 50 laps to run. Let's take a look at the race info here. 68 degrees, like track temperature 70. All right, let's take you through the field. Firing off in row 1 on the pole is going to be Bill Hales with Colin Bester to his outside. Row 2 is going to have Jed Presley with Blake Mosley. Row 3 is going to be Blaine Driggers with Dustin Coggin. Row 4 is going to be Sean Freeman with Richard Swavely. Row 5 is going to have William Mann and Richard Swavely. Row 6 going to have Wesley Crump with... They keep moving their positions. Run down through the 10th. It's real quick. We're going to go Richard Swavely, Jacob Folds, Cody Lunger, Andrew Smith, Randy Brashears, Alan Duggar, Ryan Freeman, Jeremy Gardner, Kyle Hardy, Joshua Stott. It's going to be the top 20. Dean Doucette, Hunter Youngblood, Jason Spear, Darren Bruce, George Fairbacker, Bernard Person, James Rotrook, Darren Dennis, Ty Dahlman, Joe Gregory, Kevin Roy, Jimmy Emos, and bringing up the rear is going to be Christopher Spencer. I'm going to take a moment here to remember a IAA fallen racer. Corey Stansel passed away last Monday. Been with the IAA since it was the IDA, the Dirt Association. Been a member of Dirty Boys Motorsports since just about the beginning, with a lot of the admins in this group, the people starting this whole thing off. He's been an admin himself since 2018. Always been a big sponsor and supporter of the league. And a few of these guys in here actually good real life friends with Corey as well, not just in the virtual world. So once we come back around, they're going to be doing what's called a missing man formation. And Blake Mosley is going to be running Corey's 119, his number 119, with Corey's past schemes. We want to take a moment to remember Corey Stansel. That's one of his cars there, piloted by Blake Mosley. So we'll just like to just take a moment of silence to remember Corey Stansel. Alright, we can see Blake Mosley is falling back into his qualifying position. That 119. So the lights are off on the pace car. 50 laps to run here tonight. Starting off the IAA summer season opener. The pace car is going to take them through 3 and 4. Just a short bit of asphalt left before we fire off the 20 race season. Pace car is off. And green flag is out. Now they're going to be heading down into turn 1. Colin Bester side by side with Bill Hales. Hales still on the inside, pulling ahead. Bester now getting ahead a bit. See if they can make that high side work. Bester moving down low along with Mosley. It's going to put them inside front rows. Colin Bester's going to take them across the line for lap number 1. We got Duggar down below the line. Duggar's now down on the apron. Not sure if he's trying to make his way. Oh, gets up on the track just a bit. Slides that sideways. Kind of looks like he just wanted to go to the back of the pack, I guess. Driving right by pit road. Colin Bester up front, still leading, with Blake Mosley in tail. Down the back stretch. On the outside, looks like we've got Driggers leading the outside line, with Lunger behind him in that 5 car. Very big field here tonight. Great turnout for drivers, great car count. Seen some pretty clean racing here so far. Nobody's getting too nutty. Lap 4 of 50. We've got plenty of time in this one. Cars darting back and forth just a bit. Now coming out of turn 4. Bester's still at the point with Mosley behind him. Hales is following up right behind Mosley in that 3rd place spot. First 3 rows single file. Looked like that 44 car was drifting up just a smidge. Jed Presley. Now heading through 3 and 4. Looks like these 3 are starting to break off a bit. Here comes the 44 pulling them back, and the 19 behind them. Lunger getting in some trouble right there. Contact with the 21. The 21 is Ryan Freeman. Sean and Ryan being brothers. Keeps that thing collected and all set and going in the right direction. But this high side is making it work out of nowhere. High side being led by Dustin Coggin. Pulling up right next to Bester. Now Coggin in the lead as Andrew Smith in that 36 car pushes him. Oh, pushing it through the corner. That's not typically a good idea. They're making it work though. Heading down in the turn 2 now. Looks like Bester has poked his nose out ahead, taking that lead back from Coggin. Andrew Smith doing a great job of pushing Coggin. We saw him pushing through the corner. Not typically a good idea, but they were making it work just fine. And as I say that, 36 just a bit wiggly. And that's Gardner behind him looking on the outside. It's going to fall back into line. Tight racing at the front of this pack. And down the backstretch, Coggin's got his nose back out. Whoa! That 36 car getting a bit squirrely. Backing up to Gardner. Now they're heading back down into turn 1. Bester is at the point. These guys just back and forth, holding their lines. Coggin liking the high side, while Bester liking the low side. Surprised that we haven't seen Coggin actually dip down in front of Bester and join in that front line. Or low line, excuse me. James Rottruck and William Mann Jr. Ty Dahlman, Kevin Roy. And up into turn 3 again. Still a tight pack for the first handful of rows. These guys doing a great job keeping this thing clean. Looks like we've got some lap cars coming up. Into turn 1. Heading at it 2 and down the backstretch now. Nobody really making much for moves. Everybody kind of just settled in. Let this one run out a little bit before we start getting crazy and making moves. See if green flag pit stops might play into a strategy call for these guys. On board with the lap car, Fred Lester. On the high side, just trying to stay out of the way while the pack gets by him. Doing a great job staying out of the way as he goes a lap down now. Colin Bester and Dustin Coggins still front 2 rows. We got a lap car going by right here. Doing a good job getting down on the apron. And the 36 is going to dip down low. Andrew Smith now at the point. He's got Bester behind him. Now Bester's doing a little bit of movement. Looks like that 36 car might actually have a little bit of damage on the back of it. Oh, and making moves. Bester on the low side. Being pushed by Christopher Spencer. Moves going on. That's going to shuffle the 36 back. While Gardner is up front now. Gardner up front pushing that 19 of Coggin. Bester now on the outside line. He's getting a push from the 14 car of Driggers. And we got another lap car coming up here. That's Alan Duggar. He's going to throw that thing down below the yellow line. Stay way out of everyone's way. Good work by him. Now that 19 car looking back on the high side. Gonna dip down in front of Bester while Bester's got a Christopher Spencer pushing his back bumper. Bester bumps the 19. Lunger down on the apron. Front row now consisting of Coggin and Gardner. Oh, oh! Oh, and 11. 11's getting shifted back, and we've got caution. Ooh. see, it all started right up here with Coggin. Yeah, just gonna go a little further back for this one. He just kind of got out of shape, got out of line. Hesitated to get back up there and then tried it anyways. And Christopher Spencer ends up getting quite a bit of damage. You can see the 44 sliding through the grass there as well. So unfortunately, Christopher Spencer going to go way back after being up front. Let's see if we can maybe pull Christopher Spencer. Hey,
Let's
Chris,
see what happened.
This is Chris in the booth with 1-5 Studios. You got us?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, just we seen you in that last wreck there. Take us through what did you see?
It looks like the second place, I think it was a 54, may have clipped the Knights in a little bit. It checked us up, and then someone got into the back of me, and that kind of just triggered a wreck down there. But it looks like everyone was just jockeying position, getting themselves set up right for the rest of the run before the pit stop, and a little harder racing up there.
So you got a fast repair in your pocket, or what's your plan?
Oh yeah, I definitely just had to use it, so this should be a pretty interesting 32 lap run here.
All right, well, thanks for talking to us, and good luck with the rest of the race.
All right, hopefully I'm talking to you from victory lane.
All right, sounds good, bud. All right, nice to be able to talk to our racers mid-race. It's like Coggin was faking off a pit road. I don't think we're actually able to get him. Unfortunately, no, we're not able to talk to Coggin. Looks like the lights are off on the pace car. Front row is going to be Dustin Coggin with a Jeremy Gardner. Row 2, Wesley Crump with Blaine Driggers. Pace car is going to be pulling off. Spoke too soon. Hey, when you're producing and commenting, there's a lot going on. It's going to be a lot going on in the track in just a minute. I'm going to watch these guys fire off. And pace car is off, and green flag is out. We're back racing. And here they come through the tri-oval. And here we we go. We've got Coggin out front with Crump, a new contender up front. Crump pushing Coggin. Bester's right behind Crump. Bester going to move to the high side in front of Gardner. Hoping to find a good drafting partner in Gardner. A little bit of shuffling. Bester trying to get up to the point, trying to get his nose out ahead of Coggin so he can get more laps led. However, being out in front, you are using more fuel than the rest of the fields. Bester still out front on the outside. Take a look down on the right of the screen. You see our battle for first. You see our battle first through seventh. Time differences. See, it looks like Coggin is the only one that has not stopped. Looks like everybody probably topping off of fuel. Gardner pushing Bester on the low side. Front of the field's kind of breaking apart a little bit. You can see our pit windows here. Back out on track. Everybody's still keeping this thing very clean. They're a little more broken up in the back. More single filed out even further back. So. Gardner getting a bit of a gap between him and Bester. Bester's going to need to back that thing up just a bit, but he's going to move to the high side and block the 14 of Driggers. Driggers going to slam into his back bumper. That's going to let Gardner possibly get past him. Not past him, but take over the inside line for the front row. Right now it's just Driggers and Bester kind of out on their own. Is that 78 of Joe Gregory starting to make his way up now. Driggers jets down to the low side. Bester's now going to back up to Gregory. And Driggers has finally got some help with Gardner. They head through the trial with just 24 laps to go. We just passed the halfway point. Had just one caution. Very clean race so far. like we've only actually got one car out of the race, and actually, excuse me, he didn't even start the race. So everybody's still running. All 32 cars. Very, very impressive racing tonight. Very clean. But this series is always very clean, so. Everybody's a bit more gapped out than before that caution had come out. You can see top speeds on that ticker on the bottom now. These guys doing just shy of 200 mile an hour. Striggers out front still. Get a little bit of help from Gardner. Doesn't look like Bester's having a lot of luck with Gregory pushing on the outside line. Take a look back. Unfortunately, Christopher Spencer. Spencer all the way back in 29th, kind of just riding on his own now. Driggers pulling away with Gardner. Now Bester falling just as far back as Coggin with row 3. Getting a bit of a push from Gregory. Gonna be coming out of turn 4. Coming across the line, 20 laps to go. Now Bester jumping down into the low line. He's going to get right up on Gardner. Oh, and the 19 of Coggin. Down on the apron. I'm not sure what happened to him. We don't want to miss any of the action out front. Gardner on the back bumper of Driggers. See how this is going to play. He's going to be able to get a bump from Bester and get by Driggers. It almost looked like Gardner wanted to look on the high side. Now Bester's back up on the high side. He needs someone to push him. Gregory's on his way, but he's fallen back in the meantime. Catches him, but it's in the corner. Not the best place to be pushing. It's not going to help him out much. Now they're heading down into turn 1. And we've got a new player out there. It's Darren Dennison, that lime green 81. Oh, and we've got a wreck on the track. Oh, what a parking lot. Oh boy. Oh, Bester. See if we can go. This is a pretty lengthy one. So we're gonna be wanting to look at Bester. So it kind of looks like 81 got out of shape a bit. Come up into Bester. Bester gets the 92 and just about everybody. Looks like the 8 might have got through there without incident. 29. Alright, let's William Mann Jr. Go on board with Mann Jr. And just calamity. Cars everywhere. Hitting the brakes. Looks like he's sliding a little bit. And just makes it through. Great job off-roading that thing. Now kind of drifting around the grass. Man, look at this one. This is a lengthy save effort, but he did it. 0x, no contact. Kept that thing straight up clean. Unfortunately, Colin Bester is going to be all the way back in. Well, he's passing people there. I'm currently on pit road. Looks like he's going to be back in 16th right now as it sits. There are 16 laps to go in this race tonight. So he will have time to do it. This is Daytona. But he's going to have to move quick. He's got himself a new car. And maybe we can talk to Bester for a minute. Hey Collins, Chris in the 1-5 Studios. You got us?
Yeah, bud, I got you.
Hey, can you take us what happened with that last wreck from your point of view?
Yeah, so I was kind of being frustrated. I got shuffled back to third, and it was behind in front of Joe, and we just couldn't get the high line formed. And I got behind Darren, and I saw him move up, and I like working with Darren a lot. And Joe gave us a really good push from behind, and I was going to pretty much just wreck Darren, and I didn't want to do it, so I just got out of throttle. As soon as I did, I got loose, and I just couldn't control it.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to us. Looks like you had to get back to racing, so good luck with the rest of it, making your way back up front.
Yeah, man, let's give him a show.
All right. Looks like... So lights are off on the pace car. We've got Jeremy Gardner on the inside row 1 with Darren Bruce on the outside row number 1. Here they come to grab the green flag. And Jeremy Gardner grabs that green flag with just 14 laps to go here tonight at Daytona. He's going to have Darren Dennis in that 81 car pushing behind him. Got a tighter front pack this time around. Gonna get a better restart. And down the back stretch, that 4 car is going to dip down to the low side. That's Darren Bruce in that 4. We got a new player up front. See Bernard Person on the outside in that 8 car as well. Behind him, Jason Spear. Oh, we got a car in the wall. Goes across the nose of the 96. Crashes that shit. Wow. Alright, and there goes the 36. He goes around. And in the meantime, that is going to bring out the caution. Andrew Smith with a lot of damage on the front end of that car. So currently that's going to leave Darren Bruce in the lead with Jeremy Gardner behind him in second, as these guys try to catch up to the pace car. Let's see if we can maybe get a word with Blake Mosley real quick before this thing fires back off.
I think Tyler's
Hey.
back.
Hey Blake, it's Chris in the 1-5 Studios. You got us?
Oh yeah, I got you.
So what happened? Car all done for the day?
No, I still have a fast repair. I'm just waiting to use it.
All right.
Yeah, I still have one fast repair. I'm just waiting for one more big wreck to use it.
Okay, we saw you on pit road there, so we were just wondering. All right, we don't want to take up too much of your time. You got to get back to racing. About to go green.
Oh yeah.
So pace car is gonna bring him out of 4. Drager's gonna clean up them tires a bit. They do have the choose rule this year in every race for all drivers. So Darren Bruce opting to take the high line. And the green flag is out. Looks like Darren Dennis maybe didn't get a great start on the outside. We see Man Jr. kind of stalled out that front row. Then we see the 4 dip down to the low side. All jumbled up on the back stretch. We got another new car up on the high side. Jason Spear, we mentioned him when he was a couple rows back. Now holding the outside front row. Now down into turn 1. Side by side is Darren Bruce and Jason Spear. Two by two. Oh, and Gardner. Let's see what happened to Gardner. Camera error. Drigger's pushing. A little too much pushing, and Gardner is gone. Looks like he did not acquire damage out of that. That is going to send him to the back. But back up front, we've got Jason Spear and Darren Bruce still holding down those front 2 spots. Crump looking like he wants to get by. The 83's got some damage to the back of it. Looks like the 8 may as well. Coming down the backstretch with just 6 laps to go. Bester, we can see him in the middle back there. Now moving to the low side. Bester kind of stuck. Not a great spot. He's got that lap car Actually, no, excuse me, the lap 07 is no longer a lap car. Bester, 5 laps to go. He's going to need to do something if he's going to get back up there. See what's going to happen up at the front if people are going to start getting desperate. And just 5 laps to go left in this season opener at Daytona for the IAA Xfinity Series. Here they come off of 4 now. Bruce going to bring them through the tri-oval. Four laps to go. And Bester up the middle. Ooh, is he going to get hung on the outside? No! He's got his old pal, Randy Brashears, behind him. Now 3 wide. They're making their way up through the center of the field. Man, Junior comes down just a bit. Oh, that's going to push them to be a 3rd line, while Crump and Spear are going to move down a bit, joining that center line. Shears getting out of shape just a bit. Now 3 laps to go. They're 3 wide, heading down into turn 1. Crump almost looking like he was going to push it 4 wide. Coming down the backstretch, they are nose to bumper. You couldn't put a piece of paper through those cars. Still 3 wide as they're battling with 2 laps to go. First 3 rows, 3 wide. Wow, look at these guys. Oh my. Incredible, they're keeping this going. It's coming down, just 2 laps to go. Oh! Spear's going to move down in front of the 4 car. That's going to let Crump take over the front line. Front row in the center. And oh, the 81 goes off track. It's going to stay green as they got the white flag. This one's going to be official. Crump is out in front. What's he going to do? Is he going to play wide car? No. Bester pushing a little too hard through the corner. Clean it up. Down the backstretch they go. Man, this is some great racing down to the wire here. 3 wide. Unbelievable. Oh, Bester gets out of shape. Oh, and he's on the outside wall. I'm going to follow this one right up to the finish. Here comes Jason Spear making his debut in this series. And Jason Spear is going to win it at Daytona in the season opener as Driggers goes on his lid. Jason Spear going to be your winner of Daytona 2023 summer season for the IAA Xfinity Series. Driving for Spear Motorsports. Got that 4 car of Darren Bruce in second. 3rd place going to Bernard Person. All 3 of these top 3 are new names this season. Jason Spear gonna bring it down to the line and burn it down. So here are your final results. Jason Spear bringing it home in first. Darren Bruce in second place. Third goes to Bernard Person, rounding out the podium positions. Fourth is Blaine Driggers. Fifth goes to Wesley Crump. William Mann's going to bring it in sixth. Dean Doucette in seventh. Fred Lester is eighth. Nine goes to Randy Brashears, with 10th being Bill Hale as your pole sitter. And 11th will be Jed Presley. 12th, Christopher Spencer, making his way back up almost into the top 10 after that crash towards the beginning of the race. Richard Swavely bringing it into 13th, with Alan Duggar in 14th. Kevin Royce 15th. Sean Freeman in 16th, with his brother right next to him, Ryan Freeman, in 17th. 18th is going to be Joshua Stott. 19th is going to be Colin Bester. Colin in that right at the end of the race, ending up in that tangle, bringing it in 19th. 20th is going to be Ty Dahlman. Jeremy Gardner is 21st. Kyle Hardy 22nd. 23rd is going to Joe Gregory, with Blake Mosley being in 24th. 25th is Dustin Coggin. And to round out the remaining 32 drivers will be Jimmy Emos, George Fehrenbacher, Darren Dennis, James Rotruck, Cody Lunger, Andrew Smith, and Jacob Folds. So we will see who we can get into the booth with us. And while we do that, we're going to take a short break. So don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We've just concluded the season opener here for the IAA Xfinity Series, and we're joined by our top three finishers. Let's fire off with Bernard Person. We're here with Bernard Person, bringing it home in third. How did you end up here in third, coming out of nowhere?
A lot of team working, trying to stay out of trouble, and go when it's time to go.
All right, being a new name this year, starting off in the top three, great way to start off the year. Who'd you like to thank tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for putting on a good show. I'd like to thank the league owner for putting together a really good league, and obviously all my teammates. Without them, we wouldn't have finished 1, 2, 3.
All right, congratulations on that podium finish in the season opener.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Now we're here with Darren Bruce, second place finisher. Darren, another one, and just kind of bring it up. You were holding down the front for a lot of that race. Tell us how the finish went.
It went right according to plan. Glad to be a member of Spear Motorsports with Bernie and Jason there. We were working together the whole time, and that's one of the few times when you plan things out where it works out team-wise for the whole team. We had Dean back there. He kind of got separated from another car, and Tom, he's there with us too. But that was a team win right there.
Well, heck, all in for the team. That's great. I did not know that you guys are actually teammates up front, so congratulations on a team win as well. So who would you like to thank, Darren?
Thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and these admins doing a good job. They seem like they had their stuff together here. We're new in this league, and seem like they got things pretty organized. And I want to thank my teammates, of course, Jason and Bernie kept us up there, and Dean and Tom Lester was in there.
All right, thank you, sponsors, before we let you go.
I I usually run with Dirty South Racing. I want to thank those guys. I want to thank my wife for letting me do this.
All right, congratulations on that top two and the great finish for your team.
Thank you.
All right, we're now joined by Jason Spear, your winner tonight. Jason, you kind of showed up in the mid of that race and then just were right up front waiting for it. Tell us how you did it.
Well, we was kind of staying back there behind everything. It was a little wiggly up there, and we had that big crash. Somehow or another, I weeded myself through there, and with Spear Motorsports as our team, we finished 1, 2, 3. We just said what we was going to do, and we got it to the front, and was able to hold off that outside lane that was coming pretty strong, and we just executed what we'd planned.
It's always nice when a plan comes together. It's great to see a team doing exactly what needs to be done as a team, bringing it 1, 2, 3. Huge congratulations on the entire podium sweep. Your big win here tonight. Tell us who you'd like to thank.
I want to thank the league. I don't know many people here from what I've seen in the practice race and tonight. I know we had a big one, but that's super speedway stuff. But I want to thank them for putting the league together. It looks like we're going to have a large crowd, and hopefully that stays together. I want to thank you guys for broadcasting the race. It's always cool to go back and watch it. You guys do a fantastic job calling it. And thanks Spear Motorsports. Without my team, I'm basically nothing.
All right, well, congratulations on the big win on the season opener and again on the podium sweep for your team. So, congratulations again, and we hope to be talking to you soon.
I hope so too. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's going to do it for us here tonight at 1-5 Studios for the season opener of the IAA Xfinity Series. We've had a great time watching this exciting racing tonight. We hope you have too. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of this season in the IAA Series. We've got 20 races and we've got a packed field for the season. So make sure you subscribe because you do not want to miss this racing. We'd like to thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you at the next track.